Federal Reserve banks shall tender all outstanding gold certificates in their custody to the Secretary. Because of the Gold Reserve Act of 1934, all of the gold held in the Federal Reserve System was transferred to the Department of the Treasury. And in exchange, the Treasury gave gold certificates back to the Federal Reserve for the stated amount of gold transferred at the price of $42.22 per ounce, which was the price of gold set by law at that time. In other words, the United States government has a lot of gold. The Treasury is the one that holds on to it. And they took that gold from all of the banks through the Federal Reserve System. And in exchange, they gave them gold certificates that said, the gold that you have access to is worth $42.22. But as of March of 2025, the price of gold is over $3,000 per ounce. And yet legally, the United States government currently recognizes the value of its gold holdings still as only $42 per ounce. And so this bill would require all Federal Reserve banks to give all of their gold certificates back to the Treasury. Those gold certificates currently state that the gold is worth $42 an ounce. The bill goes on to say that not later than 90 days after the tender of the last certificate, the Secretary of the Treasury will issue new gold certificates to the Federal Reserve banks that reflect the fair market value price of the gold held against the certificates by the Treasury as of the date specified by the Treasury on each new gold certificate. In other words, the Federal Reserve banks will give their gold certificates back to the Treasury, and the Treasury will give the Federal Reserve banks new gold certificates that have the current value of gold listed on them, in this case, $3,000 per ounce.